What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Insomniacs Podcast. We're here for another great week of talking about games and, everything's going on in the gaming world. Sorry, I kind of flubbed that intro. Anyways, before we go any farther, let me go ahead and introduce our panel members. First and foremost, we have Cool Hand Cruz.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
We got C Dollar Sign here.
What's up, everybody?
My boy iTrip. What's up, iTrip?
Yo.
And last but not least, our missing member. We found him in the woods with some Xbox Series X's in his hands. We got Puss, my man CC.
What it do?
What's
Get
going
the
on,
hands
everybody?
together.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
There you
Back
go.
to my spiritual journey in the woods.
Yeah.
Doesn't like
There
it.
you go.
I hate PlayStation more than ever. Okay,
Oh,
let's go.
Eyes are glowing green as he speaks right now. But yeah, so we're back. We're glad to have you back, man. And I know that we got you back for the best episode thus far for you. Just to kind of transition, Cool Hand, do we have any notable game releases for this week?
Unfortunately, we have nothing notable going on this week. Maybe next week we'll see what happens.
All good. So let's get to the main meat and potatoes, as Mooch likes to say. So first and foremost, our first topic, the big elephant in the room: Microsoft bought Zenimax for $7.5 billion. Microsoft did the drop kick, the people's elbow, the uppercut to Sony, however you want to call it.
Hit you with the Van Daminator.
Oh,
They got the stunner. They pulled it all out on you. I know.
Are you a wrestling fan, Trip? Oh my God! Here we go.
Once upon a time, let me tell you. Oh my God.
They came out of nowhere and they surprised the whole gaming world with probably the biggest acquisition in video game history, unless there's something else.
I mean, Minecraft.
Yeah.
Even Minecraft. What was Minecraft? I thought
What was
Minecraft
it?
was like
It
$1
was
billion.
Minecraft wasn't Elder Scrolls, I'll tell you
It
that.
was like $2 billion, I think.
Facts.
$2 billion. Okay, so yeah, this by
Fallout.
context, this is huge.
Fallout, right?
Yeah, so we got a lot of IPs, a lot of new studios that were purchased from this.
Doom Eternal.
We have
Mm.
so you guys are naming off some games.
Yeah, on Game Pass October 1st.
Damn.
Oh, what is that? They announced some of these games are coming to Game Pass?
Yeah, Doom Eternal comes out on Game Pass October 1st.
So it sounds like October 1st, I'm going to be playing Doom.
Doom. Guess how much I'm paying for it.
Goodness gracious.
Right.
$10.
A month.
Okay,
As much as
so
the
let's go.
past.
Let's go over some of these studios. So they bought Arcane. They bought Machine Games, Zenimax Online for Elder Scrolls Online, Bethesda Game Studios, of course, id, I'm sorry, who makes Doom, Tango Gameworks, who's working on Starfield, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse Studios. So, they pulled out, again, the stunner. And I'm sure even Sony was shocked by this move, and it may change the narrative going into this next generation. But, before I even explore my thoughts a little more, I want to hand it to, our resident Xbox guys to give us their breakdown and thoughts about this and, what it means as of right now. So I'll start off with you, CC, since you haven't been here in a while. Let's hear your take on this.
Man, first off, I got to say this is huge. I mean, to have all of these titles under our belt now. Oof. Are we going to go into predictions as well?
We will go into predictions in a little bit. So we'll kind of go off like what it means like right now. What can we actually from what we actually know? We'll talk about that and then we'll get into what it means.
So what we actually know now is that PlayStation 5 is going to start paying us big bread for all of these titles because we are going to be getting these on our Game Pass. So, unfortunately for you guys, you guys are going to have to be paying $70 for each of these titles while we'll be getting them on Game Pass, which is going to be pretty huge.
That's definitely facts. That's definitely facts. I mean, it's
That's a little nerve-wracking for PlayStation. I mean, just to see how many titles, just see all these different
You're making my blood.
studios.
The possibilities are endless.
Mean, you got a handful of studios, which you all will be paying $70 for each game, while we are not.
Oh yeah,
That's just that's huge going into this next generation, and that's kind of what I feel Xbox has been leading themselves up for. So
this is something they definitely needed. Like in general, I mean, I think the mind share was definitely, of course, leaning towards Sony, especially after this generation. But this kind of shifts it. I wouldn't say in the favor of Xbox, but it evens the playing field a whole lot more. Because people are looking at, what does this mean now? We might not see anything from this in the next, year or two. Oh, I would say 2 years or more in terms of like a new game being announced. Because the prior contracts and games in development. But I think the fair question to ask is, was this purchase more for the studios and the games, or was it for Game Pass? Was it more for Xbox, or was it for Game Pass? So
I think it's a little bit of both.
Do you think it was like when you say it's like a clout purchase?
See, I'm gonna pull out my receipts from before and say this is just one of those aces that Phil Spencer had up his sleeve that he's been working on. And he's just starting to, like I said, as we get closer to release, he's going to start revealing his hand a little bit more. And I think this was just one of those cards he had just in the back burner waiting for a time like this.
Yeah, and I think it's for Game Pass because, like, in order for Game Pass to work, it needs to be like a massive library of games. And if you want a big library of games, then if you're not
heavy hitters.
And if you're not making it in-house, you're going to have to pay for royalties, right? Like, when you think about Netflix, when they first came out, all their content was just like, TV shows and shit they weren't making. But then slowly but surely, they built up their own portfolio of their own shit. And this is Xbox, taking 5 steps towards doing that. Now they have all these things under their own umbrella. They don't got to pay nobody to have these games on Game Pass. And they have all these games on Game Pass. So it's a humongous win for them.
Yeah, I want to say that I think their current library, before they start bringing in these games, I mean, most of the games people are hype about on Game Pass are third-party games, right? That will come in and come out. You're essentially renting those games in the sense of you don't own them forever. Now, in terms of Xbox first-party studio games, those games are on Game Pass forever. So where I think personally they have a weaker lineup right now in terms of their service. And, you can make the same argument PlayStation now if you want to. But what this does, it says, okay, we have secured IPs, whether they're old, whether it's Skyrim, New Vegas, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, whatever, Doom 2016. All these games are going to eventually be a permanent part of Game Pass, right? So that's huge. That literally bolsters your game library, your native game library, by a huge amount. I mean, you have these bangers, whether they're old or not. Yes, Microsoft may not be reselling, Fallout 4, but they kind of are in a way that, hey, we have it on Game Pass. Hey, we have all these titles. This purchase, I think personally, was for Xbox. Now, I mean not for Xbox, for Game Pass. Now, what I mean by saying it could be for Xbox is, okay, are they buying these studios to make exclusive content to sell more Xboxes? I don't really think so. I think most of these games that we're going to get from this acquisition will also be on PlayStation 5 eventually or at launch. But again, we'll see what happens. Trip, I want to hear a little bit more from you about what you think about this.
Oh, this is the greatest thing ever! Oh my god! I mean, yeah, like you said, we got these bangers now. Like this is, and damn well they are gonna make a game exclusively on Xbox. Of course they are. Like fucking $7.5 billion. You kidding me? Like that 100%. That's a lot of that's for the royalties to be able to play these games, and maybe 1 or 2 new ones on Game Pass just to be like, all right, this is to cover the sales. So make us some bangers, and like, yeah, it's gonna work out real nice.
That's what I wanted to see.
Real nice.
Another victory lap from you. It's not what I want to. It's not how I want to end my day.
Oh, don't you worry. It's only gonna get better.
It's not.
Oh, at least for me.
Well, you know what? I want to challenge you a little bit, man. I do think, and this is a little bit later topic about, regarding Bethesda, but I don't know, man. I think Microsoft, I don't think they're going to really reinvent the wheel with this. I could be wrong, right? My personal thought or hope is that Microsoft will take all the talent they've acquired and, maybe not immediately, but eventually start to bolster some of those weaker Xbox studios with, the new talent, right? The veterans they have at all the studios. Now, of course, we have to be reasonable. All these studios are in different places, right? Just because we say they're buying Bethesda, I mean, there's a bunch of other studios that are part of that deal. I mean, it's Zenimax.
Yeah,
Bethesda.
exactly.
So we got to understand, like, people are in different places geographically. I mean, they could close down some teams. I definitely think with a purchase this big, not too long after this, maybe within the next year or two, you're going to see a major reorganization within Xbox where they kind of consolidate and play to their strengths.
So you mean like as far as like maybe combine certain studios with another, like big fish eating little fish kind of thing?
Exactly. Okay. So having, again, like, so maybe some of these smaller fishes were just coming out with AA titles on Game Pass, games that people may have not been happy with, like during this gen, right?
Yeah, or maybe kind of mix it up, like put some people on that are stronger from one team and put them on a team that's full of weaker people. You know what I mean? Just to kind of even it out.
To even it out, exactly. So I do think that Xbox is going to be dumping out AA's and AAA's as fast as they can, because that's the only way that they're going to really recoup on the $7.5 billion. I mean, it's going to take years. CC was right. Like they are going to make a lot of money on Sony, and that's really because they need to, right? If Microsoft or Xbox, let's say, was in the same position as Sony right now in terms of like user base, yeah, do I think they'd be more stingy on the exclusives? Hell yes. They have a reason to, because they're like, well, there's less people on that side. We have more people on this side, so it makes more sense to keep people over here. Screw those guys, right? But they're not in that position, so they do need to tap into that player base from the other side until they can, maybe get,
But so far from what we heard,
console sales matter.
So far from what we heard from
Exclusive.
Yeah, but so far from what we heard from like Phil Spencer, right? The contracts that were already made, they gotta honor the contract, right? So like the deals that were made with Sony, we're still gonna get those.
Yeah, so
100%.
So we're speaking specifically about Deathloop and was it Ghostwire Tokyo is the other game?
I think so. Yeah.
They're publishing. Yeah, so I mean, they're not going to do bad business. They're Microsoft. They're going to, of course, honor these contracts, and those games will come out on Xbox. And you could even see a possibility where the sequels are only on Xbox, right? Depending on how they choose to play this. A similar way you could look at it is Sunset Overdrive, right? Xbox exclusive game. Is it going to come to PlayStation? Most likely, because Sony now owns that developer and they own that IP because the developer owned that IP. So Microsoft does not own Sunset Overdrive. Keep that in mind.
I haven't played that yet.
I hear it's pretty good. Like I said, it's the same developers from Spider-Man PS4, Ratchet and Clank, Infamous. So yeah, I would check it out, man. Isn't that game on Game Pass?
I think it is, yeah.
Sunset Overdrive?
Yeah, it is.
CC, have you played that game?
No, I haven't, but I've heard great things about it.
Yeah, it's a dope Xbox exclusive. Like it's made by Insomniac. Y'all should check it out just because of that.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, overall, this acquisition was the freaking meteor that hit the gaming industry, man.
Yeah, that was
left field completely.
To quote the late great Animal from the Legion of Doom, what a rush. That was crazy.
R.I.P.
Crazy. R.I.P. Man.
So now that we've kind of got the details out of the way, let's discuss some speculation. I know you guys are gonna like this. So I've been talking for a little bit. Dollar sign. Now that we know what we know, where could Xbox take this acquisition? What can they do, in your opinion? Like, what do you think makes sense for them to try to, like, gain that mind share back? But just let me know what in terms of speculation.
So yeah, so they acquired pretty much like over 2,000 video game developers. So I can definitely see what we were talking about earlier of them kind of like reorging with those people because they have a lot of vets, proven talent, and they're gonna bolster their existing talent. Like they're gonna help make Halo awesome. Now that they have all these like great developers, they're gonna probably create new IPs and make those exclusives, and that can be a collaborative work. These teams, they have like what 23 studios now. There's no reason for these studios to team up together, just like how like Blue Point and Japan Studios teamed up to make Demon Souls remake. These studios can team up together and make some crazy IPs. So
Yeah, and
it's like
I'm
limitless.
gonna let you finish there, but I just want to make a point. In terms of collaboration, so we all know the turmoil that's going on at 343, or at least with the development of Halo Infinite. We also know a big part of that was because they were outsourcing a lot of development to all these different companies, right? Now they don't have to do that, right? Or they can reduce that so much more that they have all this talent. Like, imagine how crazy would it be? I mean, now we could even foresee seeing some type of like Master Chief and Doom guy crossover, or like just the devs helping out, the next Halo game. Like, how awesome would that be? Like,
Or
that's
like some sort of like Master Chief skin in the Doom game, or vice versa.
exactly,
reference
Yeah, like
points.
people say Doom and Doom Eternal have like the best first person feel, like just how snappy and fluid the game is, and I can see that helping the new Halo game.
Yeah, I don't know if timing would work out where they would be able to do that, but definitely for like anything in the future, anything that they got to get out the chamber, within the next year or two, they are what they are. But anything past that, we're talking like 2021, 2022. Like, who knows what the hell they're gonna do with these studios? Again, they could drop, Elder Scrolls. We know that's gonna be multiplayer. Certain franchises, we know that they're gonna be multiplayer. They're too big just to be on one.
Oh yeah. It wouldn't make sense to
Yeah, but
have as only exclusive. I'm talking about a brand. They would make a brand new game.
exactly, new story.
Like,
Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and going back to what you were saying, I could see those 23 studios that they acquired, in total, and basically that number going, getting smaller with the consolidation you were talking about. I can definitely see that also.
Yeah. I mean, there were rumors. There was big rumors this week that Sony was going to buy Sega. I don't know if you got, not Sony, Microsoft was going to buy Sega. Did you guys hear about that?
No, I didn't actually. You're gonna have to elaborate that
No.
one. That's gonna.
Yeah.
Mike-
So go ahead.
Microsoft almost bought TikTok, right? But they got outbid by Oracle and Walmart, so
Yeah.
they had cash at hand if they're about to buy TikTok.
True. That's true. And they said, "Screw it, we'll buy Bethesda because we." I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
CC, we're talking speculation here, man. I know you're gonna go to town on this one. Where could this go? Give me a couple possibilities. Fuck it.
First, I think the main things that you're going to see from this acquisition is definitely not going to be in this generation, but I think at the start of next generation, you're going to see a major shift with it.
Okay.
Like we said, they spent 5.7 billions to get this. So
No,
they're
7.
7.5.
7. Yeah, I keep saying 5.7, but a little modest.
Hold on. I just have to say something. Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish one second. My cousin just texted me, right? I sent him the link to the podcast. Shout out to Rayito. He just said they bought Bethesda. I'm getting an X. But
Welcome to the club, bro.
Nah, stay out
Congratulations.
of that club. You don't want to get tainted, bro.
Congratulations.
That's how you get herpes.
But CC, go ahead, continue, man. I really wanted to hear your thoughts on.
So what I think is going to happen is, again, you're not going to see this generation, but more the start of the next generation. I think after them spending the 7.5 billions, they're in the hole a little bit, so they need to make their money back. And guess who's the best contender to give us money? It's PlayStation. So I
I'm
think
glad you give me that money.
yeah, I mean, at least you know where your money's going. It's going to greatness. By next season, but next generation, I think you're going to start seeing Xbox pulling some of these away from PlayStation to start creating their narrative of this is why you should be on the Xbox again.
I hope so. Yeah.
And like Phil Spencer said, he said he's not really worried about this generation with the sales. So obviously he has a lot of things planned for acquisition wise, I would assume, based off this step that
You
he's
think
already.
there'll be more acquisitions?
But if he's not concerned with this generation, that's going to affect sales, and that's going to affect, I guess, like the popularity of the Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like you acquired.
They're happy with sales.
But
They,
look,
they reported the Game Pass went up from 10 to 15 million.
he's
Jesus.
gaining property. He's going to get all of these assets to make Xbox more luxurious, and then come next generation.
No, but if we're talking about this generation, right, for the to appeal to the people to
I'm
buy
giving you what my
this.
speculation is for what this could mean in the future too.
Oh, okay.
So with that, I mean, it's mainly
setting
the fact
up.
that he's gonna acquire a bunch of money from making these, multi-plat games, and then you guys are gonna start seeing them get taken away from you guys slowly, which will then cause more exclusives for our end once we've, taken up the deficit from that hole that we're in right now.
So do you think Microsoft?
Lets you build the love for a game and then take it away from you to make you join.
Yeah.
So you think Microsoft will see? I only think that's possible if they have more console sales than PlayStation. Do you think that Xbox
I
maybe
think
not?
that would shift the console sales.
Yeah, we're saying not
Yeah,
sales. We're straight taking away sales.
We're gonna make you fall in love with these games, and then next generation's gonna come out, and they're only gonna be on the Xbox. And then you're gonna be like, well, damn,
That's a future play.
maybe this is the time to get an Xbox. Or
My man used future sight on you.
So when is that? But all right, I guess my question to you is: do you think there will be a point where, let's say, next gen, right? The Xbox will be selling more console units than the PlayStation 6. Well, let's say, yes. Okay. Well, I just want one rebuttal. I just want to give you one little rebuttal. So, we do have Demon Souls for this gen. We have Spider-Man. We have Godfall. We have wow, I'm choking right now. I'm choking hard as shit. We have God of War 2. What is it? 5 now? Would it be God of War 5?
No, it's God of War 4 right now. God of War 5 will be coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. God of War 5 is
okay.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, we have a lot of bangers that you guys will never play unless you get a PC in 3 years. It'll probably hit. But even then, some of the ports are ass. So, I see what y'all saying. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a new Elder Scrolls game once every 10 years. But we eating over here at PlayStation. We're not hungry. Okay, you want to take?
It's not what you can. It's not what you can do for me later. Is what are you doing for me right now?
We have games now. We're launching. PlayStation 5 is launching with Demon Souls, right? We were talking about this last night when we're me, Trip, and Cool Hand were talking, and I gave this scenario, and this will kind of be a little bit of my what if, right? Let's say this, and I want to hear your response to this, CC.
Oh, I got one for you.
Let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. How do you think the narrative would be right now, right? Considering they just bought Bethesda or Zenimax, I'll say. What do you think the narrative would be right now if Halo didn't look like shit and it was dropping on launch? How do you think? What I'm saying is, if Halo looked good and wasn't delayed with the news of the Zenimax acquisition, how do you think that would have played out for Xbox?
I think it'd be the same because again, those players that really care about Halo right now are still going to wait regardless of
no
if you
problem
give it to
waiting.
them on launch or
Well,
7,
it is cross-gen, so you're right. You can play it on your Xbox OG, right? Supposedly. So, for me personally, what I think my answer to that question would be, I think it would have changed the narrative in the sense that people will be 10 times more hype. It's, oh my God, Halo's dropping on launch day, and they just bought Zenimax. No, I'm sorry.
But now there's the possibility of Zenimax touching Halo, and I don't mind that.
Yeah, but
At all. Like, that's just too. That's
the side effect. But that's the side effect. If we're talking about like what that would have done, wrapped up in the hype of this, dude, y'all would have had the advantage. Like it would have.
I think so.
It would have, it'd have been checkmate at that point.
Yeah, and I think Halo at launch is bigger than Spider-Man at launch. Me personally.
Definitely,
of course.
Definitely.
Even if you add Demon Souls, I would say that would have put them at an even playing field when it comes to mind share from the launch, right? Because these things drop 3 days of each other, right? And we all know, these systems are going to sell out till freaking February, right? But after that, after all the hardcore gamers got their console, then what happens? At that point, it's who got the games, who got the marketing deals. And we all know Microsoft got that bag, which kind of confuses me. Why didn't have more marketing deals this generation? But it's those relationships, right? It's Sony has a lot of relationships, right, with these Japanese developers. They've been in the industry, a little longer. And
I think I saw a report that Microsoft has like over $150 billion in liquid assets. So that $7.5 billion acquisition really isn't that much for Microsoft. Like, they can handle it.
Yeah, that's
for you really.
So
quick.
actually, speaking of,
hold on. I want to hear CC's response.
Look, just going off of Elder Scrolls Online, which is a studio there, but Elder Scrolls alone sold 16 million copies by 2020. 16 million.
It came out 7 years ago.
So we're talking next gen, and guess how much? If we got those same general numbers for next year,
like you said, that's over 7 years though. That's still super successful.
No, I said 2020.
But listen,
no, not 7 years. No, I'm thinking GTA.
Oh, I don't know how long it's been around. So.
Elder Scrolls, I think it's like 4 years.
Okay, that's still extremely impressive.
But look, so we're saying, let's say, next gen, another one comes out. They're going for about $70 each. The price on that comes out to $1.25 billion. So they're making a seventh of what they just lost with one title.
Are you saying for the people that buy it on PlayStation for $70? We're assuming this is going to be on Game Pass, right?
Right.
Okay.
But that's how much they make from it. So it's at the end of the day, I think what I was trying to explain is, yeah, we were going to give them to you this generation, but I think you're going to be really surprised how fast they'll pull them back because of how much money they make from each one of these titles. And they got multiple heavy hitters under their belt, which are going to produce a lot of money.
We're talking Bethesda here, right? Specifically, right? Yeah. Hey man, all I gotta say is Fallout 76. And all I gotta say is Elder.
I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. Exactly. Fallout 76 was the only fuck up that you can call out. That I mean, almost every other one of their games is straight fire. Fallout 76 is the only.
I would say
that's the only one I can think of. I personally enjoyed almost every single other one.
$, let me know. Has Bethesda been peak Bethesda this generation compared to last generation?
I mean, I've honestly never been a big Bethesda fan in general, but I've enjoyed some of their games. Like I like Doom, that recent Wolfenstein game was.
Doom is by id Software, by the way.
Yeah, but it's under published by Bethesda. Are you just talking about the Bethesda like the developer Bethesda?
Yeah.
I mean, Fallout 4 is pretty good. Like I know at launch the game wasn't that good. A lot of people didn't like it, but once they did all the DLCs, I thought it was pretty good.
Yo, before the DLCs, that game is fucking huge. I mean, that was my first.
Sold 13.5 million copies.
Yeah, that was a massive game, and yeah, I barely scratched the fucking DLCs.
Dude, I probably gave Fallout 4 a good 30 hours. Then again, It's not
What?
on it because
I
you know what I
never-
did?
I never
I
played.
found exploits super easy super early in the game where I maxed out all my skills, so it was just boring for me. I had nothing to work.
Oh yeah, I did break that shit. I did.
Where
I
you
was
duplicate
one hitting death claws, yo.
Yeah, you like duplicate that book that gives you a stat point.
Oh no, I don't do none of that. I was just sneaking. I snuck on everything. Yeah, I was a ninja in that fucking game. That was dope. The entire game, that entire fucking game, I got to be fucking stealth. That was sick.
No, I had like the mech, and I was just running around with the mech. I was killing bosses
I
way
never
too
used
early.
it.
Yeah, that game I feel like it
Oh man,
had
no.
pretty poor balance, to be honest.
I didn't wear armor. I would wear like a trench coat and like talk shit the whole time, and like it was great because they couldn't do shit about it.
Let me ask you this: Did Fallout 4 hit the same as Fallout 3? Because for me, it definitely didn't.
The Fallout 4 was my first Fallout.
Okay, well, I can, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me on this. Fallout 4 compared to Fallout 3 is like, yes, Fallout 4 is newer, so you're always gonna have those newer things and your quality of life improvements, but story-wise, world-wise, I don't know. I gotta give it Fallout 3. That was literally based in in the area where
Well, yeah, no,
a lot of
here.
people live. Yeah, and then same thing with New Vegas, which is
Yeah,
city.
most people told me that New Vegas was their favorite, and then Fallout 3.
And the funny thing, I'm glad we brought that up. Sony owns Bethesda and Obsidian, so they can easily do another freaking New Vegas.
You mean Xbox?
Xbox, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, if New Vegas 2 was exclusive on Xbox, that would be wild by it for sure, hands
I
down.
think that's what you're gonna start seeing next generation.
I'm crossing my fingers. I hope they do. I actually do.
I bet you they do that at the very end of this generation just to entice you into the next. It's like, oh, brought to you by Bethesda and fucking
So I have a question for you, Nova.
343 or some crazy shit.
Does this push you to get an Xbox, or does this push you to maybe build a PC? Because Xbox, it's when they have stuff, it's always Xbox and PC.
Well, as you know, I'm already. I have plans on building a game PC. But I do enjoy playing on console. Like I enjoy sitting on a couch on a controller, pressing one button, not having to think too much about it. I enjoy the user experience of a console, right? Mm-hmm. So I think even though I'm buying a PC, I still don't think I'm gonna be a huge gamer. I'd almost rather play Halo on an Xbox than I would on a PC. As weird as that sounds. I know it's like, oh, okay, but I could play it, in a 3090, 3080, but I like playing on the console. It's enjoyable. It's easy.
I feel like once you see that, that smooth 120 plus FPS, you might change your mind. You might change your mind.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I'm just playing a game like Grand Theft Auto, where I've played it a bunch on the console, and then when I play it on the PC, it feels like a totally different game. Like the way how smooth it is.
Oh, don't tell me that.
I don't know.
That smoothness feels next gen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll see when I get there, but I feel like I've always been a traditional console gamer. I like this experience of looking at a 50, 60-inch screen versus a 27-inch monitor. I understand the appeal of that, but think about this. I don't play too many competitive first-person shooters, so I don't need a really low latency monitor, right? For most of the games I play. Most of the games I play are 30 frames a second, action adventure RPG type game. But yeah, I mean, I'll definitely give it a shot. I can't say I do want to get a beefy PC primarily for VR, and I know CC knows what I'm talking about with that.
Oh yeah.
Oculus gang. But yeah, I don't know. I'll just leave it at I'm gonna wait and see once I get it. But just to kind of move the conversation along, we got some of your thoughts about where this could go. Cool Hand, my brother, where do you think these purchases could lead us in the future for Microsoft? Give me a scenario too, if you.
So I mean, I'm gonna have to kind of agree with CC on this one, but it's not gonna do anything for this launch. Maybe like towards the end of this generation, maybe closer to the next generation, end of this generation. I'll even go as far as that.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna do as of right now. It doesn't have a positive impact besides like games, besides Game Pass, right? Like besides Game Pass, okay, cool, great, but it's not. There's nothing that really, it still doesn't drive me to buy an Xbox as a casual consumer. You know what I mean? It's not doing enough for me to jump ship yet, because if I don't see any exclusives with the Xbox, especially for this generation, it's no point.
Okay.
And that's my take on that. Like, it's a great purchase, but it just doesn't do anything for me right now. It'll do something for me later, but I need something now. You know what I mean? I'm living in the present, not in the future.
Okay. Wait. That's very reasonable to say, and I kind of agree with you. Like, yeah, it's fun to speculate as gamers, right? Just like how we always speculate on like what the next console's gonna be, what's gonna be called, whatever. But for most of us, it's just like, again, gaming is a very selfish hobby. What have you done for me now? That's gamers will switch on you like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They like the games over here, they'll go there.
We're fickle. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
okay, well, this system has that, and it's good for competition, but
it's like wrestling fans. You boo somebody one day and then you cheer them the next. You know what I mean? It's
so let's
like a PlayStation thing.
Yo, slow down, little red Corvette. Slow down.
Ain't nothing but loyalty on the green
down.
side.
Nah, we team blue, true, all day.
I don't know.
That's why y'all got so many games, because you got to keep switching it up because they're just so good, right?
I don't know about that. Comparing Xbox 360 sales to this generation, it looks like a lot of y'all people switched up. Like a couple tens of millions of y'all actually.
Y'all switched up.
Maybe y'all those Xbox players.
It ain't on our side. It ain't on our side.
We had to get rid of the fake. That's okay.
All right,
yeah. We're just cutting the trim. We just
Dead weight.
We're culling the herd.
Right now, this week I seen a lot of Xbox dudes. Hurt. I'm talking about big mad, like posting videos crazy as hell.
Bro, I know people who are like Nintendo fanboys who are now Xbox fanboys, who played a PlayStation 4 one time. They played God of War one time, and now they're PlayStation fanboy. Like, man. Game systems like football teams, yo. Like,
look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Look, CC. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Here's a little secret. I'm gonna get you included in this conversation right now. You ready for it? Here it goes. Me and Nova, you know what I mean? Me and Nova and Trip, we were talking yesterday, and your boy's malleable. You know what I mean? He's treading. He's over there. He's wobble legged and everything. All we gotta do is get him God of War in his hands, and he's jumping ship. Over.
Whoa.
He said
I would.
He said
if I got a PlayStation, God of War would absolutely be the first game I played.
What
I did say. That was upon the possibility of me getting a PlayStation.
No, but didn't he say, I almost bought a PS4 Pro?
He said he
okay. I almost bought a PlayStation for VR for Skyrim, and that did almost happen, but they told me not to because PS4 Pro was coming out, and then I ended up never getting it.
Yeah, you can always get an Oculus, and then
that's gonna be the smarter route. That's the smarter route. Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of transition a little bit. Still related, but just something a little bit different. So Bethesda will apparently run semi-independently following the buyout. Says Xbox boss Phil Spencer. So I'm reading right now from Games Radar. He was speaking with CNET, and he said they're not about becoming us. Kind of saying that like they're still going to be Bethesda. I believe Todd Howard is still going to be running Bethesda. Do we know about the $?
Yeah, he's staying.
Okay.
But I think that's kind of like the nature of acquisitions, right? Like when you acquire a company, you don't tell all these new people, okay, you have to be part of our culture now. Like forget how you guys did things. Now you're Xbox. Now you gotta do the Xbox way. Pretend Bethesda never existed. Like that's how you lose people. That's how you get people to look for new opportunities. Like you have to bring them in slowly. Like you just, like I said, you just acquired over 2,000 developers. So that's just something you gotta say at first, and then over time is kind of like when you
Start
consume
reeling
them.
them in.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do also with just the fact that they have so many things already lined up and that they just can't flip the switch just like that. Just based off one purchase, they have they had things already planned. This came as a shock to all of us. So it could have even very well came to a shock to Bethesda. But I also agree. It's like you don't want to put them into a new culture that's, you have to do this, you have to do that, because at the end of the day, we all know developer crunch is real, and it's already a touchy field right now. So I think that being said, it's just going to be an over time deal.
Yeah.
I think it's just like let them finish out their contracts. Once you guys are finished with your contracts, that's gonna be when our grip starts to tighten.
Yeah, exactly. He did also say that it's about the cultures of those teams. So he doesn't want to, like you were saying, he doesn't want to shake things up. It's like, why reinvent the wheel if it's not broken? Like if it's doing its job, if we know what to expect from Bethesda, okay, they come out with this certain quality. Why are we going to go there and force our way upon them? Let them do what they're good at, So the only difference is who's cutting the checks now, So
yeah, it's just more. It's going to be more of a transitional change, more gradual instead of abrupt.
And I mean, semi-independently, it sounds like, again, like they just want them to just keep doing what they're doing, right? It's like a baseball team that's doing really good. They get a new owner, and they're doing amazing. The owner doesn't know shit. He just keep doing what you're doing, baby. Just keep making me that money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna to get in your way. So, that's how do you guys feel about this? Is it almost more reassuring to you that Microsoft isn't, or Xbox isn't going to get in the way and try to do this? Or do you guys think that they should shape it up so another Fallout 76 doesn't and that sort of thing? What do you guys think? Do you think?
Well, I think Fallout 76 was the first.
They've had
first try
mediocre
at that type of multiplayer, because I don't know, trying to make Fallout game multiplayer, it wasn't originally made that way, so I don't know, I feel like they just need to hit back the drawing board.
Well, not even
I feel
that.
like they were trying to get into that at that time, though, because you saw Fallout doing that, and then you also saw ESO come out and do that.
ESO was always possible because it's an adventure game, so that was meant to be that way.
And I think that they were just kind of testing out their servers, incorporating this new thing, and I think that was just kind of
true. That was the
hot
test
take,
run.
that year. I feel like that was what was hot. It was trying to get people together on these single player games and trying to create new experiences for these players like me, who truly only really like multiplayer games, because at the end of the day, if I'm just playing campaign by myself, what do I have to show off? I can show off that I just nutted 48 hours into this game and nothing to show for it. So.
Wow.
Or you can make memories with friends.
Exactly. Have cool shit online that when you look at my character, you're like, oh man, that dude's definitely grinded because he has that exotic armor that you can only get after.
But what if you're a dad and you only got 30 minutes to play a game? Let's say your schedule doesn't allow you to play with because you got a really busy life, right? Let's say to the more casual consumer. A single player game is great. You pick it up, you play 20, 30 minutes, and then you put it down. And next time you play, you step off, where you came from. Or, you could also play multiplayer.
All I heard was 2 games of multiplayer.
Exactly. Because I come off of these multiplayer games, and I've taken probably 3-month break off the league. Just went back on, played it. I wasn't as great as I was, but it's not like I lost that skill. If you're consistently playing a game, regardless, you already know. If you're playing any multiplayer game, let's just say that, you already know that your competitive level has to be on a certain degree if you think you're going to be doing well, because you already know you're not facing AI, you're facing real people that are obviously not going to do
the same shit over and over again.
Exactly. So you're always going to be on your toes, and if you're always on your toes, you know what to expect, and that's just the kind of gamer I am, and I don't really feel the
Yeah.
need that when I take a break that I can only play like single player game. And
yeah, but you can't deny the fact that single player games aren't a huge part of gaming. I know you're super pumped for Fable.
yeah,
There's no indication that's going to be a multiplayer game, at least from what we know.
and
So there's always time for single player games. There's always time for multiplayer.
there is, but I just don't get as much gratification as I do from a multiplayer game where you can really show off that, hey, I am really better than you, or it's not like, oh, I can just clear this.
Really, I mean, imagine playing
a game on hard.
Yeah, like the most hardest mode. Like,
then at that point, it's not realistic either, because it's like you got AI just having their back to you and then instantly shooting you smack in the head, and you're like, yo, what was that?
It depends on what you're playing. Play God of War on Give Me God of War.
Oh my goodness.
You're not shooting shit. It's literally your shit. Play Dark Souls. Those games are extremely hard. If you look at the completion rate of games like that, it's very low. So if you do have some crazy people know, oh damn, you got that armor. You must have done that optional boss that's hard as shit. That you had to be a high level to fight. Like
for me, campaign is more like a place I go to refine my skills for multiplayer.
Yeah, but not everything.
That's where you practice on a game.
So you focus. So you're but I'm saying, but this goes back to like what kind of gamer you are. You're more driven by competitive gaming as opposed to everything else. Like I can do competitive. I can do competitive stuff, but I'm also very story driven as well.
Slat Danny in the chat says multiplayer games get boring after a while. I mean, as much as I've played, a bunch of hours of Warzone when it came out, and in Fortnite.
Yeah, you can make
it to a point where just like I need to see something new. I want to play for 5 hours and be in a new area. I want to.
You can make a point on both sides, right? Where you can say a single player game gets repetitive, and I could say the same thing about a multiplayer game online. Like it gets to a point where some of these things get repetitive.
Yeah.
But I think it just goes back to like, hey, what kind of gamer you are in the long run.
Exactly.
But we can't argue with the fact that exclusives matter. At the end of the day, exclusives matter.
Whether they're multiplayer or single player.
Exactly. And the reason why Xbox guys ride so hard for Xbox is because you can only play Halo on Xbox and not on PlayStation. Like
that's just me.
No one can no one can tell me that's not the case. You know what I mean? Like you guys ride so hard. Like that is one of the
some people like that for Gears. I mean, most people on Xbox are either Gears or Halo. They're not most are both.
That's true.
But Halo has the best of both worlds. It has a very cool
fucking story,
and a fire ass story. So you can literally you
can play with your friends. Sorry, I had to.
Hey, no, that's fine. I agree with you. But, just like Danny's saying, you need both. You need both.
You really do need both.
You need both. Let's stop capping.
I'm
not. Didn't play Elder Scrolls game. We didn't play hours into Skyrim. I know you were last night. You spent I don't know how many hours into Oblivion. Me too. So it's like we as gamers we can't discount either side.
But at the end of the day, I put probably more hours into ESO Online than I did Skyrim, even though I love Skyrim so much.
And that's cool, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I put God and War in your hands, and you're gonna make a baby. Like that's it, bro.
Nothing like being the leader of a guild in ESO, where you got millions in the bank. You have
millions of digital currency.
You go in.
You can make real money in that
talk
game.
To these guys real quick, man.
There's, of course, it's currency.
They don't know about
I had guild raids into the online. Like, I don't know. That is just some type of power you will never be able to have in some.
He's back. He's back, boys and girls. He's back.
Oh god.
So I got a question for the panel. So like for a casual gamer that we're talking about, is it more appealing to have a console where you just gotta pay a subscription and you have, all these games for free where you can, check them out, see if you like it. If you don't, just play something else? Or is PlayStation more of the answer for the casual where that has those big first party exclusives?
I think PlayStation right now. I mean, and I'm not even trying to sound biased.
No, he's saying from a casual perspective. Keep that.
From a casual perspective.
Yeah, from a casual perspective, it depends, right? You don't have all the big games. Like, it's a monthly subscription, right? So everything kind of filters in and out month to month, right? Kind of like how Netflix is. Like, you get a certain amount of movies.
No, the same games are on there. It just keeps adding shit.
No, that's not true.
They will take them away.
I mean, they took a few away. Yeah.
Okay.
The third parties.
So I'm right. So basically, games get filtered in and out. Some stay, some go. All right, cool.
The only ones
it's not by the month though. They stay. It's not by the month.
The only ones that stay are first party games. Let's keep that clear.
Okay.
All third party games will enter and leave Game Pass at
one point.
Okay. Say at least a quarter. It's not
okay. So basically, what I'm saying is, I guess for the casual consumer, if I'm the casual consumer and I know that, you know what I mean, I would say PlayStation, only because like exclusives matter. They matter 100%.
They always have mattered.
They always matter.
Gaming.
And exclusive matters, but options matters more.
Majority of the biggest online games right now are multi-platform. So it's like, oh, Fortnite, huge. People still play it. I still play it. Let me see, Rocket League, which is now free. I can play it on PlayStation. I can play it on Xbox. So if I can play games that I can play, Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, UFC, if I can play all those games on Xbox and on PlayStation, well, then I need the incentive. So now you have to incentivize something.
You can play Madden, UFC, and all those games without having to purchase them now on Xbox.
Well, you can do the same thing with EA Access, on PlayStation. It's the same.
It's the same thing.
What I'm saying, yeah. So what I'm saying,
and let's be real, EA Access, you're getting last year's game. Let's just be real about it.
But it'll eventually come up. But what I'm saying is the incentive here is, oh, well, what can I do on this as opposed to this? What can I do with option A as opposed to option B? Well, if I can play Spider-Man on option A, and I can play on God of War on option A, Ghost of Tsushima on option A, and I can play Call of Duty, 2K, Madden, as opposed to option B, well, I'm going to go with A.
It really depends on your preference.
Again, that's more of a preference thing. Yeah.
Hit him with the rebuttal.
My rebuttal will be, I mean, honestly, for the more casual gamer, I feel like the Game Pass is going to be a little bit more sexy. You don't have to make nearly as big of commitments. Yeah, I mean, you did mention a few games that you guys do have that you can do that with, but again, it's a few games. It's not a whole entire library of different things that the casual gamer can scroll through and pick up, delete after he's done playing it, and then try something new.
I got to rebuttal this.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
just at the end of the day, I feel like if you're a casual gamer, you're not looking to spend $70 every 2-3 weeks. You'd rather spend that $20, $40 every 3-6 months, whatever, for the Game Pass.
All right. So my rebuttal is this. So I think both of you had really great points, right? So, kind of like Cool Hand was saying, you're right. These multi-platform games, you can play on both sides, and they roughly look the exact same, right? Different controllers, different UI, same game, okay? Again, the incentive, and this is where I'm agree with CC. As a casual gamer, yes, it's a way cheaper cost of entry. Right now, if I'm the casual gaming, I don't really play games. The best deal in gaming is to buy an Xbox Series S with Game Pass, hands down. Okay, but let me start zooming in. Where it starts to fall apart a little bit. Game Pass, and I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm talking the state as it is in right now. Yes, it has some games, right? It has had good games that have left as well, right? They kind of rotate, like we all know. And I'm trust me, and you guys know this too as Xbox gamers. Xbox Games Pass has a ton of small indie titles you will never play. It's essentially a store for indies. And you get a couple big third-party games. So yes, I can play a bunch of games. Do I want to play most of those games? Probably not. Because I'm scrolling through looking for the Control, looking for the whatever game that I play it and it says, and then I get a warning before it's off the market saying, hey, by the way, if you want to keep playing this game, you got to actually buy it from the Xbox store because it's coming off of Game Pass. Now, where I think it changes the script a little bit is, okay, What I just said is current games on Xbox suck. Why? Because in my opinion, this last generation, Xbox has came out with shitty first-party exclusives, right? That even Gears 5, no one, but that's beyond the point. My point is, I think the quality of games are in Xbox and Game Pass kind of suck right now. And when they add all these new acquisition games, it's going to greatly improve the value proposition for Game Pass. Because now someone else who, like me, who's like, all these games suck. Now I'm like, everything, they just sweetened the pot. Now everything got a little better. Now we got better games in here. So, yes. So when it comes to the casual consumer, yes, I agree with you, CC. Xbox is probably the way to go. To someone who is a gamer who wants to make a decision on, okay, this generation, where should I go? PlayStation. You have the exclusives that are rating super high that sell millions of people talk about, right? I understand.
And even casuals are getting hit.
Yeah, a lot of these multiplayer games that we play, keep in mind, all these games are multiplat. Please name me one multiplayer Xbox exclusive game, first party exclusive, that is super popular that everyone plays that you can't play on Xbox.
That's not Titanfall, that's not Halo, and that's not Gears.
All the games, all the big competitive games are all multiplat or PC only. So again, how do you sweeten the deal? Microsoft, if you made better games, right? If you had a Halo 3, let's say Halo 3 didn't exist and it came out this gen, right? This gen that's ending now. Dude, that's a system seller. That is a 90+ rated game. This is what I've been saying all along. Microsoft needs 90+ rated games. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, screw Metacritic. It's not. Okay, I feel you on that. But give me some games that a majority of people are saying, yo, this game is awesome. This is why you need to buy an Xbox. And I don't want to get into how,
It's the same ones we've been saying. That's
game?
The thing.
What game?
Halo and Halo fucking...
Fable.
Oh, Fable. Oh, there you go. Fable.
When's the last Fable that came out that was good?
Fable 3.
Okay.
The last one.
This is the last episode. Thank you.
He said, "Oh my."
I mean, like looking at the Game Pass. I mean, you got games like Destiny
I'm listening.
2. You got Destiny 2. I know that's not a that's a multi-plat, but look, you're saving money on those DLCs.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not going to be spending $30 every fiscal year when they decide, look, it's time to update the game. I get to just play the game.
Okay.
That's huge. The reason why Grand Theft Auto 5 is so big, you don't have to pay for the DLCs. That right there alone is starting to turn.
And they made billions.
Yes, that's the thing. It's like all these new games, they want you to pay for these DLCs, and once you start realizing that, I have to pay an extra $60, $90 for this to be a full game, like, no, I don't want that. But if you don't have to pay that, and you can just pay for the game and it updates on its own.
So I agree with you.
A lot more.
I think Game Pass can be a very great value proposition, like Destiny or whatever the hot game they have. I'm just saying, as a general, in my
I want to say they got some fire games. I don't know if this man's tripping.
Dude, they have a bunch of
Elder Scrolls, fucking Halo. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what Fable, DayZ wasn't
Fallout. Like,
I don't understand. Oh yeah, look, Fallout. Yeah,
you got every Gears. You got Banjo. You got Banjo Tooie.
Options. I don't understand. Like,
first of all, y'all just named a bunch of trash games or old games that weren't even first party until 2 days ago.
Killer Instinct was fire. Killer Instinct was always fire. You might have been trash at it.
I feel like I'm still gonna be able to play Elder Scrolls on PlayStation.
Dude,
let's be honest.
Y'all didn't name.
I mean, yeah, but we don't have to buy it.
90. You know how I know that?
Monster Hunter World. Because I don't think Monster's in the 90s, but
that's not exclusive though. That's on.
When you say Banjo Tooie, Banjo Kazooie, I can download that on emulator, bro.
Come on, you can't.
Emulator's never the same.
They run.
I got this integrated. We got Ori on here. We got Ori on the Game Pass.
Bro,
congratulations! My 6-year-old cousin would love to play that game.
The first
Soul Calibur's fire.
Quantum Break is on there.
Bro, y'all. Here's my thing. Y'all didn't answer my question. Y'all didn't answer one good first-party AAA game that came out this generation.
Flight Simulator
for PC.
For PC that you can't even play
PC.
right now on Xbox. Come on.
This generation,
It was
made
advertised.
This
but
generation-
it's
all
not.
good.
It's we're not worried about it. We're just not worried about it.
I
You
have a 20-page library. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about it.
You got so many fucking games.
Yeah,
Yo, it's
but your
ridiculous.
20-page library,
Mostly
is on
indies.
PC.
Random games.
Yeah, your 20-page
What,
library. is
Witcher
on-
3.
I
Witcher,
just
is
named
that
a
a
couple
fire
games
game?
that you
It's
could
like,
spend the
Jesus.
next couple months
Not
playing.
right?
Okay?
Not-
No, I'm just saying we can play it. You guys can't. We can play it without having to buy it. Like the options that we have for that doesn't make sense. You have so many more options to play, so many more games.
Okay.
Even though there's a few really good third parties, there's a pretty good amount of them. There's a good amount of them now, and like it's only going to get more and more. Like I don't understand I don't understand.
Well, you don't. It's not that you don't understand. You don't want to understand. Them games is trash, baby. Them games is
Like,
old.
you don't-
Baby.
Not at all.
Like what has Xbox done for me today?
Okay, so I mean, some of these games, yes, could be old, but at the same time,
What do you mean could be? They
not been-
are.
well, okay, well, look, all right, some of these games are old, but look, you could have not been in the financial situation to be able to afford these games at those times when they came out.
But what does the
Now you're in
financial situation? But what does the financial situation have to do with what Xbox has put out this generation?
Let's not cap. For,
Now you can try everything between then and before at a cheaper cost.
Again, but why would that? Let's say I was a gamer who has bought all those games. I bought Witcher 3. I bought Destiny 2 when they came out. So them being on Game Pass means shit to me.
Well,
Okay.
that's because Game Pass wasn't as big of a thing back then as it is now. Now players know that they can just buy
But
the
again,
Game Pass.
third party-
Is it available on Game? Is it available on Game Pass now? Right now,
Yes.
game?
those games, all those games right now, are those available on Game Pass right now?
Yeah, the ones that we were talking about are all
Yeah.
available.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
scrolling through Game Pass right now.
All those games are on there. After how long have they been out? Let's
They've
be
been on there
real.
for a hot
All the
minute.
third party, y'all don't get no
talking new
third
shit right
party
now.
games. You don't get no third party games on there when they drop, right? Because that's what y'all have the first party exclusives for, right? Which is
Yeah.
great. They never get off Game Pass. But I'm just saying, y'all don't. Here's what I'll put it. I'll just leave it like this because we do have to move on to the next topic. Game Pass quantity, PlayStation quality. There's less games, but they're all fire, and you will love them, or most people will love. At least I'm saying everyone has different game tastes, but there's a more higher chance that you're really gonna enjoy a play. Where on Xbox it's like, well, if you don't like this game, you got this game. If you don't like that game, you got this game. You got 20 more pages of games that you've already played, or some AA games.
Or you could have never played in the first
Games that you never played for the first. Yeah,
and
exactly.
You heard great things.
We play
You're like,
multiplayer
oh,
games. We play them for a hot fucking minute because there's a lot of fucking multiplayer to play.
Oh yeah,
So Sleep Warrior in the comments says, so y'all
got
saying
Forza
Game
over
Pass,
here too.
Sleep Warrior says in the comments, so y'all saying Game Pass eats booty. That's what I'm saying.
So,
Sleep Warrior.
so
That's why your mic cut out when you were saying it because it's not just true. It's just
Well,
not
mine's
true.
not cutting out. Game Pass eats booty. Sleep Warrior.
what I'm gonna say is a big AAA game that came out this year, Doom Eternal, is coming to Game Pass in 1 week.
Boom.
So
Okay.
like it's
They just
there you
bought the
go.
company.
Look, I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
happening
so
a lot more often. It
you're-
wasn't
you're-
happening as much because Game Pass.
But I'm
was
still gonna
new.
be able to
But
play
now
Doom
you're gonna
Eternal
start
on my
seeing that
PlayStation.
rapid fire. On
Yeah, but
Game
we didn't
Pass.
buy it.
Here's the thing. I think Game Pass is going to only get way better here going forward. I'm
Oh,
just
100%.
sharing my
You're-
opinion on
You're saying for the right now, right minute, very second, but
exactly.
within a week, your argument is going to be shit. It's gone. Like,
One game is not going to change that. Trust me.
one huge game that came out this year, and with more to follow. Like
That's gonna be-
it's only going to get better and better.
Yeah.
Like that argument is going to be
As
gone.
huge as that game
Very
was,
soon.
When games are
as
dropping
big
on
as
the
that
Game
game
Pass-
was,
One at a time. Go ahead.
as big as that game was, as huge as we're talking about it, did you play it?
It's in a single player game.
Did you play it in general? Did you play Doom Eternal in general?
I did not yet.
CC, did you play it?
I played a little bit of it.
Okay. Dollar Sign, did you play it?
I played 2016. I haven't played Eternal yet.
All right.
Me too.
So you didn't play Eternal. No, but did
Just
you play
played
it?
2016. I just beat 2016. not too long ago. Like,
Did you play Eternal? We're talking about
But-
Eternal.
But
I've not played
Eternal's supposed to be
on my
better
list.
than 2016.
Okay, so
Exactly.
none of us minus CC have played Eternal.
Why is that?
It is, and I'm making a point real quick. So as big as that game has been, none of us played it, and it's coming to Game Pass. Do you think people are still gonna play it?
Yeah,
as
it's
much-
A
super
lot more
popular.
people. It's
Yeah.
100%.
I'm just-
100%. Now that it's an option at no cost to me, yeah,
No, it is a cost.
absolutely
You're paying a cost every
a
month.
cost that I was already paying. Now it's just getting better.
Wait, how are you already paying it?
I've had Game Pass. I've been had Game Pass.
Yeah, but you didn't have Game Pass, so now you are paying.
Wait, what?
a month. You're paying $120 a month, correct?
Yes, 120 a year.
Yeah. So yeah, you are paying for that. But you know,
I mean, yeah, but the option is so many more games.
so what happens when you halfway Game Pass about to leave the service?
Your mic's going in and out.
Oh, I was saying. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was saying, what happens when you're halfway through a game and you get the notification that it's about to leave Game Pass? Are you gonna spend money on it? Or are you gonna?
I'm not slow at beating the game.
I'm
Play one of these single player
Hey, but I mean, at
games.
the end of the day, that is the joyous thing of Game Pass is that you can buy that game for a discounted price at that point. So,
That's true.
But I'm saying, would you do that though?
If it was
Yo,
that fire, yeah.
well, think about it now. If they're going to start releasing new games on the Game Pass, and then I can buy the game brand new for 20% off, come on. Now I'm spending even less money than you.
All right. Well, we'll leave that. We'll continue this conversation off air because we got to move topic.
Mic drop.
No mic drop. You know what my mic drop is?
No. Move on. Next topic.
From
We got, hey, don't act like we don't got one in the chamber right now for your ass.
just leave it in the chamber unless you need to shoot them. But remember, what does Michelle Obama say? We
Stop bullying.
We need to stop bullying y'all because once you see Demon Souls, that's a to your chest, man. That's a one in the rib right there. Ratchet Clank, that's an uppercut. All right.
That's a Mike Tyson knockout right there.
Don't show me Halo Infinite. I don't want to see Craig anymore.
Michelle
move on.
Obama quote is, "When they go low, we go high."
Oh, thank you. Can you repeat that?
When they go low, we go high.
Thank you. Sounds like she plays PlayStation. All right. So next one. Next topic we have is also big news this week. Kicks off the start of the Xbox generation. We have the Xbox pre-order situation. Now, me personally didn't purchase one. Did I go through the motions of getting it to see if I was able to? Yes, I was able to get through the checkout screen for Series X on Target, I believe. But again, not doing it. I just wanted to see how the availability was. We all know that GameStop had, I would say, about half the stock that they had of PlayStation 5 pre-orders. I mean, for PlayStation 5, on average, it was around 12 to 14 consoles per store. Where on this drop, it was insane. It was like 4 Xbox Series X's, 2 Series S's. I mean, some had one of a certain console and like 2 or 3 of the others. So stock was definitely low when it came to physical retailers. They got way less consoles, which is a little weird. I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. And then the whole pre-ordering online fiasco. I will let CC, you're the one. You have the most. I won't even take your thunder away. You go ahead and let the people know how pre-order day went.
I mean, those store stocks. I mean, they were stocked up. I mean, I got my fair share. I mean, from Best Buy, I got all of mine through Best Buy, honestly. And
Yeah. How much you get on each?
I ate about 5 Xboxes that day. I got I got 3 Series X's and 2 Series S, all through Best Buy. So that was pretty shocking because right at drop, I was trying to go. I went to every website possible, couldn't get one. Went on Target, couldn't get one. Got to the checkout and I was like, "Oh, you need a goddamn account." And I was like, "Well, fuck me." So that one sucked. I instantly dropped out of there, and then I went over to Walmart, got through the checkout, got all the way to the end of Walmart checkout, and then got hit with it's already sold out, and I was biting my nails at that point. And I went over to Best Buy, and then it said coming soon still. So I was like, all right, those things already just sold out. And then went on to, what was the last one? Who am I missing?
Amazon,
Microsoft Store?
Newegg, Microsoft Store.
Oh, what was the Ant one? Like Ant something.
Oh, yes.
I got one of my series on Ant. I
Yeah.
can't remember what the full
I
name
forget
is.
what it's called. So yeah, it's a retweet I didn't really recognize.
Yeah, I'm not hit to that.
I got an email right here. I'll pull it up. But, I mean, the only reason why I got all of them was because of Best Buy's late drop that came about an hour after the actual initial drop. So, again, if it wasn't for Best Buy, I wouldn't have got any. So that's why I got 5.
5 Xboxes. So you bleed green. So the fact that you were
Everyone gets
able to
Xbox this
buy
Christmas.
5 Xboxes and didn't buy one PS5 is wow. That breaks my heart a little.
That just goes to show you couldn't even give me one for free.
An angel died once he did that. Such a sad sort of event. This man had the ability to buy all those Xboxes. Well, hey, at least you know for sure. You got your system.
Oh yeah,
Trip. What about you? When are
Ant
you?
Online is what it was called, by the way.
Ant Online. Yep. Trip. Are you planning? When are you planning to get your console? I know you said you and a couple buddies you play with were hoping to get it all at the same time. Trip, you there?
Hey, depending
I
on
thought I didn't know I was muted. My bad.
Oh no.
I was saying, yeah. We were waiting. Then one of them went pre-ordered, that rat bastard. So it looks like next chance, I'm gonna have to take it.
seeing how good things are over here, maybe I can spare one for the low.
Uh oh.
Oh wow!
Can't be too greedy.
Blessings. He said it's a Series S. He said it's
Whoa.
No, Big Daddy. We're talking
There
Big
you go.
Daddy.
There you go.
Okay. So if anyone's looking for a Series S or a Series X, make sure to
How my
let
eBay?
DC know. Follow him on Twitter. He'll he's selling some right now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't get one. Cool Hand, I already know you didn't. Did you even attempt? Did you?
Hell no. Why would I? They don't have no games. There's nothing.
$, you said, I know you were telling me that you were thinking about going all access. Did you go through with it?
No. So I did just try to get one in my cart, and I was able to get one in my cart through Target. I think I was able to add an Xbox One X to my account to my cart just to see if I could.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about doing the all access. Like once I get Game Pass, because Game Pass, and if you get Ultimate is $15 a month, and for $35 a month, I can get Game Pass and the Xbox Series X. So I'm probably gonna do that whenever I get Game Pass.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm again between me buying a PC and possibly getting a Series S. Again, I'm a console guy. Once I run into a little more money, maybe after holidays, or if they have like a really deep on the Series X, even like $50-$75 off, I might, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean,
You know why you gotta save up so much? Because you gotta buy all your games.
no, I'm saving up. I'm buying a PC that can do laps around the Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got.
So are you
marathons around the PlayStation?
So CC, this is a question from the panel. Did you get the 1X or a Series X? I just want to
I
be
got the
clear.
Series.
You got the Series. Okay.
I was not one of the unfortunate parents who bought the 1X.
Oh, great segue. Great segue into our next little topic. Yeah. So apparently there were people who were buying the Xbox One X by mistake. I believe sales went up 400% for the One X. So again, let's go back to this naming choice that Xbox decided to go to. So we started off with the the Xbox OG, of course, right?
So
Then-
let me do a quick clarification. So
All right, go ahead.
that 450%, that was actually a misinterpretation. So that 450% was just a rank score. So Amazon has like a rank on popularity of an item, and the popularity went up by 450%, not necessarily the sales.
Okay. But either way, scale shot up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Big
did
time.
shoot up big time.
So just again, Xbox, I know you're not hearing this, but your naming convention is really stupid. Why do y'all change it up every single generation?
Like y'all might as well just call this like the Xbox Elite, or they already have that, right? Xbox Elite, they already did that.
Those are controllers.
I know
Oh,
what I'm saying that would have wouldn't be bad for a console. I mean, me personally, I thought it would go from Xbox 360 to Xbox 720 or Xbox 1080. Who knows?
I would have loved to hear like Xbox Pro, you know what I'm saying, or like Xbox Infinite or something like that. I don't know, just something sleeker, something that makes it sound like something you just want.
Or if it's not sleek, just something that's straightforward enough. That's Xbox One, Xbox 2, Xbox 3. I mean, I don't know.
The next one might be like Xbox V or something for the fifth one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was a fan of the project names like Scorpio and Lockhart.
Yeah, that was cool with Scorpio.
Yeah.
Xbox Scorpio sounds nice. Actually, that would have been dope.
Yeah, the score.
Missed opportunities here, man. At this point, it's just this kind of confirms a conspiracy theory. I feel like they did that on purpose to boost their sales of this last gen.
Get a few suckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know they knew people. You know, Xbox guys can't read. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You had too many people and with their hands in the pot in that marketing team. Just like, no, just keep it simple. You know, if you're gonna start with something, just stick with it. You know, everyone thought after the PS3 that the PS4 would have had a different name, PlayStation, whatever, PlayStation this, and now they decided that they're gonna stick with that. And PlayStation, they've literally patented PS like 1 through 10, pretty much. So, yeah, we know we're gonna
be PSX.
yeah, I mean, look, all I'm saying.
PSX actually did come out already. It was
That's
it was
crazy.
a Japanese only version of the PS2 that had a DVR built. It's actually really cool. It's,
No shit.
It was
Yeah.
like $700 though.
yeah,
Oh,
it was
wow.
like a luxury item, only sold in Japan. Yeah, it's cool. I do want to get one for the collection. And a Mountain Dew OG Xbox. You know, the all green jump.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Fire. But yeah, man. How did y'all can't read? Go back to English 101.
Yeah, I think it was just I heard of a lot of it was a lot of the bots could have been purchasing them because as soon as drop came out, if it searched Xbox One or Series X, and the Xbox One X was the first thing to come up because it hadn't refreshed yet, it was automatically purchasing the One X's from the bots.
Damn.
That's what I heard. I was reading an article about it. And
My whole thing is, with the millions and with the billions and billions of dollars that Microsoft owns, their marketing department couldn't bring out a better name.
I don't think that's marketing. I think that's a little higher than that. So yeah.
Yeah.
No one
I don't know. Anyways, that just it was subtopic. It was interesting to see that some people probably
I'm
bought
going
it.
to be unwrapping a Xbox One X this Christmas.
I think most people probably most likely probably canceled their order. So
That'd be me. I'd be crying. I'd be like, Mom, how could you have gotten me an Xbox One?
Yo.
Don't love me, Mom.
I'm already late to the game. It's
I mean,
Christmas.
12 teraflops. Xbox One X is kind of nice. 4K HDR.
But it's not the
Fair
Xbox
comment.
Series X, that's for sure.
With the One X, you mean 6 teraflops, boy? Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 12 teraflops. I'm like, boy, Whew. that was definitely that was definitely barely a 4K machine. But anyways, as we move on, MGS Remake. Okay, so let's go. So
That's
this
it.
rumor's been floating around. I personally don't want to believe it because if it ends up not being true, then like I'll be like, all right, I'm guarded emotionally. If this happens to be true, this is going to be a kick in the nuts to Xbox so bad. This is one of this series. Keep in mind, everyone listening, this series single-handedly created the stealth genre of video games.
Mm-hmm.
So if and the rumors we're hearing are definitely a remaster of the whole series, which I assume would be, which we know would be coming to PC and probably be multi-plat. But the rumor is that Metal Gear Solid 1, the original PlayStation game, is getting a full remake for the PS5, and it will be an exclusive. I mean, this almost sounds like made up, but if it's true, I don't know what that means. I mean, that's just, again, another reason to buy PlayStation. Get something that you can't play anywhere, that you can't play on PC, that is exclusively on this box. Dollar sign. I know you're a huge fan of this, as I am, and Wooly too, and a couple other people we know. What are your thoughts on this rumor?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up. Like, I don't want to start believing they're gonna make a remake and then find out it never happens and get my heart torn out. So like, I'm trying to stay skeptical. But,
Yeah, me too.
But so there was some ports for MGS 1 and 2 Substance and some Castlevania collection that got registered in Taiwan for PC. So we do know they are going to at least put out a remaster for a few old Konami games. And I don't know if you saw this, but when Xbox bought Bethesda, Konami started trending on Twitter. And I looked up why, and it was because a lot of people were basically begging Sony to, as a response for the Bethesda thing, for them to purchase Konami. And that would be really cool if they were to purchase Konami, so they can have, the Silent Hill IP, the Castlevania, Metal Gear.
I think it's kind of corny when fans beg like a company to buy something. It's like, it would be great if that happened. Like, that would be amazing, right? Just it was for Xbox, but like, yo, come on, they're companies. They're not listening to us when it comes to these. It's just kind of pointless in my eyes, but still, that would be big. And something that kind of relates to that is, the rumor on the street is Sony's still looking for acquisitions. They're still looking to buy. I think personally a smaller studio like Bluepoint would make the most sense. They make a bunch of games with them. Yeah, I mean that would make sense to me.
Yeah, my guess would be Bluepoint as well. But I mean, an MGS remake would just be so intense. Like,
I mean, we know that, MGS movie's coming out eventually.
Like, I would hope if they do remake it, it'll still be like a 2-disc game, so part 1 and part 2, kind of like how they're doing with the Final Fantasy VII remake. So like, like MGS 1 is just, all the way up to beating Sniper Wolf, and then the rest of the game.
This too, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. They would have to really extend the game out, because I mean, I could get.
This too is short.
Yeah, I would love to see definitely a collector's definitive edition, something.
All the old games.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be great.
It really would be that.
Just give me like a steel book, give me the soundtrack, give me a figure, give me the guidebook, give me all of it, all in one. Like, I don't care if it's $200, like I'll spend the bread for it.
Yeah, because a lot of people say MGS doesn't really age well for like a new player in it, because the controls are very like archaic compared to what we play today. It's like tank controls, like. It's like top-down view. You have to like hold a button to go into first-person mode, and you can't move while you're in first-person.
Think Resident Evil 2 OG.
Yeah, so so the controls are you're kind of finding the controls at times. It feels like, but it's a great story. It's a great experience, and that story being retold to be amazing.
Hell yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Now, we don't know anything in terms of who could be developing this game. I mean, there's a good chance it could be Japan Studios or Bluepoint, right? Which was a rumor before. This is an old rumor that came back. Now, my question for you is, knowing the history behind Kojima and Konami, and anyone listening, please bear with me. Kojima is let's say, I'll compare him to Steve Jobs, right? and Apple, aka Metal Gear, was his baby, right? I don't know if any of you guys know that like Steve Jobs got kicked out of Apple at some point, and he's able to. Basically, the father
Created
of the
Magic
series,
and made Pixar, but yeah, continue.
well, basically what happened was Kojima, right? Hideo Kojima, he made Metal Gear 1 through 5, right? And some couple sub games. And during the development of 5, a lot of reports came out that the work environment at Konami was toxic. People had to change their emails every week. Management was like super critical on the employees and was promoting people all the time. It was just a horrible workplace environment. And that leaked out, that got out. And he effectively didn't even finish the final game in the series. If you bought the collector's edition of Metal Gear Solid 5, there's a DVD and it has something about Mission 51, right? The game ends at Mission 50, but you saw that there was more, and they showed like it kind of like a behind the scenes of that mission, and it's like such a kick in the balls because you're like, damn, you have this crazy icon that spans over like 20 something years. I think definitely over 20 years, and Konami, the guy, they spit in the face of the man who created this whole series for them, and yeah, it was just a really tough story. So I say all that to say this, $, if Hideo Kojima is not involved in this game, do you think fans will care? Do you think it'll be a big deal whether he is or isn't?
I do think they'll care because like being an MGS fan is also being a Hideo Kojima fan. You can't split the two. Like when they tried making Metal Gear Survive, like no one played that game. Like that game got discounted to like $15 almost right away after it got released. So like it at least needs his stamp of approval. Like if it's Sony and Bluepoint running point on this project, and Konami and Hideo is like cool, I think people will be happy with it, especially if Bluepoint, because I think Bluepoint's already gained the trust of gamers. So
yeah,
it just can't be Konami making it, even though I guess Konami owns the IP, so they have to have some involvement.
Yeah, but hopefully not on the development. But yeah, I mean it's a rumor where hopefully if it happens, that'd be amazing, and it would be.
You know what? I'm all in on the rumor. I know you guys are skeptical on it. I'm all in on it.
All right, we'll see, man. Like this is, if this was like the last card they were holding before launch to announce, I mean that would, yeah. I wouldn't say it would cancel out the Microsoft acquisition, it really wouldn't, but bringing back a series like that, it's like if they said we're buying Square Enix. All the Final Fantasies are going to be PlayStation and PC. Like that would be crazy. Wow, I noticed it's kind of quiet over there on the Xbox.
Yeah, because that wouldn't phase me.
Yeah, I mean, it's boring.
You guys, funny how quiet you guys are about a legendary gaming series that you did stuff
that I never got the chance to play. Yeah. If it comes to get to play it, cool. If not, oh
you
well.
can play it. Metal Gear Solid 5 is on Xbox.
I mean, he's cool on Super Smash, but
no, I'll probably check it out soon. Wasn't it on here? Was it on fucking Game Pass, or is that gone now? Is that one of those that left?
I think you can play every MGS except for 4 on Xbox.
Yeah, and you can't even on PlayStation. Funny part, just how it's on Game Pass, or it was.
It was, right? Yeah, it's not anymore.
So moving on, Call of Duty Cold War Alpha. I know a lot of people have been playing it. A lot of streamers have been playing it, and a lot of people seem to like it. It's a new Call of Duty. They released a PlayStation only, emphasis on alpha for multiplayer. So if you have a PlayStation, you can go on the PlayStation Store right now and download the alpha and play.
It was just for the weekend.
Start practicing for when we get to play.
So I personally didn't have a chance to play it, but I know, Johan, you did have time to sink into that game. So
Yeah,
what-
man.
Alpha.
I really had a lot of fun with it. I liked the gun layout was really good. I really liked what they did with this health bar situation. You know, like when you're shooting someone, you automatically see, you know, their health bar go down, and it kind of gives you a really good kind of like hit target point for your opponent. It's pretty. I mean, it was really that alone made it, you know, a lot more refreshing for me. That little detail was a refreshing detail. I did like how it really kept the kill count for you. So it was like, oh, you know, you got 3 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills, you know, once you, and it kept it like that until you died. Obviously, man, it was, it was refreshing. It was definitely, it felt like a throwback, you know, even the lobby, like the old toxic Call of Duty lobbies. I felt like I was back in high school.
Wow. So it kind of gives you that modern warfare feel.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, they didn't do too much with like the guns. You know how, like, you know, now it's like the customization process with the weapons or so it's just out there. You know what I mean? Like this was just right. They hit a real, like, I don't know how it's going to be for the full game, but at least for the alpha, it was a real nice sweet spot.
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely picking it up. Regardless, I've been pretty impressed with what they've been doing with the Call of Duty franchise. You know, Warzone. I'm deciding give it another shot, but I'm by no means supporting any type of microtransaction stuff or loot box economy at all. You know, but you know, if it's straight cosmetics, then I'm about that. Yeah, sorry that, you know, some of us couldn't play it, but hey, benefits of having a PlayStation.
Hey, you need to practice. It's understandable.
You know,
that you normally play one player games, and they need to give you some time to adjust to real world scenarios.
You know, it's crazy with all the money that Xbox has, money that they couldn't even lock down a Call of Duty, you know, like beta. You guys didn't get the marketing right for
That's
that.
fine. We locked down Bethesda. I didn't even know Bethesda was for sale. All right.
Yeah, right. Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's so fucking funny.
It took the block of Microsoft.
Can't afford to live there,
TikTok.
let alone buy them out.
Yeah, right.
They had to block Microsoft buying TikTok, and Microsoft was like, "Oh, you know, go ahead and buy Zenimax. You know, fuck it at this point."
My man said, "I can't afford to live there. Let alone buy them out."
All right. Well, I know that you two are definitely getting the.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting the Call of Duty.
Yeah. No, I'm saying on Xbox, there's nothing to play. So
yeah.
you gotta buy Call of Duty.
They have no choice.
Again, Warzone wasn't too big for Call of Duty for me. I mean, I played it. It was all right, but it wasn't too revolutionary. I don't really see me picking up this one, to be honest. So it's just
Not even for zombies.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
100%.
yeah, maybe for zombies. That'd probably be the only reason I'd get it, honestly.
I'll probably master precision that before I touch multiplayer.
I'll definitely get in zombies. Come on, man. We all got to get.
Oh my
Especially if they bring back
God.
some classic maps. Come on.
I love.
I hope that's just cross-platform. I hope zombies is cross-platform. I'll teach you guys to play zombies because that shit is that's my shit right there.
No,
I support cross-platform when it comes to Call of Duty.
Fuck yeah.
I love free-for-all gun game. It's so much fun.
Oh, gun game's fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Gun game is flames.
Gun game Nuketown. Let's see what's good.
Oh yeah, those modes are fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, gun game is always vicious. Yeah.
Transition to our last topic. It could be perceived as big news depending on who you are and how much you care about these sort of things. Next up on the list, we got Amazon. They introduced a new gaming platform called Luna. It's a cloud gaming platform. It competes directly with xCloud and Google Stadia. If you're listening and you're not hip with what those are, they're all cloud gaming platforms. Essentially, you just have a controller and you can connect through, you know, different apps, whether it be on your computer, through a browser, on your phone, and you're able to play essentially your games, right? Xbox has, their xCloud, which I personally kind of like out of the bunch the most because, you can play Game Pass games from your phone and other devices. Stadia and Amazon, they both offer similar things. 4K 60. Amazon doesn't have 4K at launch. But they have games. They have multiplats, right? They have games that you can get on the other side. So really, when it comes to cloud gaming, I'm not hyped for it at all. I mean, I understand it's another option, but I prefer to play video games at home, sitting down. But yeah, I mean, it's $5.99. No, $5.99. So price point's pretty good. They do have a controller that is
Look which one it models. It looks like a superior controller that it models off of.
Actually, if that's what you mean, then it actually looks
See what
like
the stick placement is.
looks like
That's
a Switch.
exactly like a
it looks like a Switch Pro controller with Xbox buttons. Okay, I said it.
Switch
like a
Pro.
Switch.
Not even close.
It doesn't look like a Switch Pro controller?
Not at
Yeah,
all.
it does a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what a Switch Pro. I don't know what that
It looks
controller
like that. It looks like that.
It does.
Oh, okay.
It's just
I
that with
really
the
don't
buttons,
know.
Literally, yeah. You get a pretty great description of it. And control it with the buttons switched around, but
Bro, it's literally Switch controller with the
great
Xbox.
orientation for the buttons is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you all that. I'll give you all your. But I'm still rocking with.
Carpal tunnel.
Yeah. Carpal. First of all, does anyone here? Does anyone? I know y'all Xbox guys talk all that options.
Oh fuck!
But does anyone care about this? First and foremost, does anyone care about cloud gaming?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do they have any like big games or like what's their? I saw Resident Evil 7. That's cool.
Controls on.
Control.
Yeah.
And so how's this really work? Like, you can play this on the go. Like, what's
Yeah,
runs
on your
so
phone?
it runs on your
Go ahead.
phone, yeah.
Internet
Okay.
connection and your controller, and you can sign in. You can play your library.
Ah, no shit.
So
Yep.
there's a lot of
Wow.
limitations today, right?
Okay.
Like you need like a 5G connection in order to actually game on
Play
your
truly
phone.
without. Yeah.
Because you need
Okay.
at least a stable, I think, like 10 megabits
10
per
megs.
second,
Yeah.
and that's usually for that. Like you probably get that 4G LTE, but it's
That have to be
recommended.
high
Yeah.
quality zone.
So my take on this is like cloud gaming is coming. Like there's no hiding from it. There's a
Whether we
reason
like it or
why.
not.
Yeah, there's a reason why Amazon just created Luna. There's a reason why Google has Stadia and Microsoft with xCloud with Game Pass Ultimate. Like this is coming, and the war right now is going to be who has the nicest library of games. And I think with Game Pass, they bought Bethesda. Like they're getting ready to win this war because like if you think about how much money there is in this, like Game Pass right now it has about 15 million subscribers, and
Damn.
if you
150 million a month.
yeah,
Yep.
so
A lot of people on $1 intro deals.
yeah,
Okay, that's 1 month, but like 150 million the next fucking month.
They run those
Like,
deals all the
that's
time. By
crazy.
the way, you can get Game Pass for opening a bag of chips. I got Game Pass for just using Discord. Continue.
yeah,
Point
but
out. They're not making full money off Game Pass.
Okay, call it 100 million a month. Still, like Jesus
no,
fuck.
it's not even that. It's closer to $1 billion a month. To
Some
be
what?
honest, yeah, like
Yeah.
they're
for
making
16.
bank on this, and they're only going to be making more, and that's why.
They have to pay. They have to pay the developers who have their games on there. By the way,
Yeah,
They already paid them
At the
though.
same time,
that's
but,
that's
like,
a payment they made.
but if they
But
like
look, they could
still paying.
get out.
if they double their install base, that's so much bread, and that's what they're all fighting for, and they're trying to position themselves for that cloud gaming future. And who's going to have the most subscribers? Because that's where the money is. It's not in the consoles. It's not in the games. It's in subscribers.
I don't know exactly how Xbox kind of works out their deals with these third parties that are on there, but I mean, they could very well not even be paying them that much, and then being like,
they
"You guys
are
can get
paying
all
them.
the money that people buy these games for, because now you're getting more exposure to these.
That is true. That is true, and that is the benefit, the exposure. But they are, I know this for a fact, they definitely are paying them on a monthly basis, because again, Game Pass, a lot of indie games are on there. So there have been multiple indie developers coming out about how payment works on Game Pass, and it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Is kind of what the overall consensus.
But it's probably gonna be like Netflix, like when Netflix first came out, there's a lot of licensed content, but over time it became all their own proprietary content.
So keep in mind, they are paying off a lot of people, because let's keep it a buck. Again, they do have first party exclusives on there that people are playing, but the majority are. So Xbox's idea is say, hey, if we have more Xbox games that are staying in here, then we're making more money because we don't have to pay as many third-party developers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if they have 30 million subscribers, they're making all that money. They're gonna be making a lot more money than Sony.
Well, yes, but again, a lot of people. But who cares about money? We don't play games.
Xbox.
We don't.
The companies.
These companies care about the money.
The companies that make the games care about the money.
But is Xbox paying you as a gamer? I don't give a fuck how much.
They're paying me with options to play hundreds of games whenever the fuck I want. And apparently I can do it on the go on my phone now. Like that's fucking wild, bro.
You're paying them to have access to a bunch of mediocre games.
At this very current moment in time. But within a week, it's already going to gain value, and then it's only going to get more and more value as time goes on. And clearly, this sounds like the future. If Amazon fucking did it, well, they're another big company all about the fucking money. Richest motherfucker in the world runs them, so they clearly know what they're doing. So clearly, there's something into this.
The interesting part about this, right, which is actually funny because once Microsoft first even announced xCloud, right? This is, I want to say almost 2 years ago or over 2 years ago. They made a comment that it went around like the gaming industry is very like, what the hell? And there were, I think it was Phil Spencer. He was being asked. Maybe it wasn't Phil Spencer. It was someone a high level executive at Microsoft or Xbox, and they asked him, so, you're getting crushed by some, 3-1, like you guys are getting dogged. He says, this person says that Sony's not our competition. Our competition is Google and Amazon. And at that time, there had only been rumors of Google doing Stadia, right? And it came out like 2 or 3 months after that, right? So shit. So to see that, Amazon finally materialized their own gaming platform. Now that statement makes way more sense, looking back. Because again, what I said earlier in the show, Microsoft does not care about Xbox anymore. That's not their focus. Their focus is Game Pass. So as an Xbox guy, the Game Pass is the future of your console. I almost don't even see there being an Xbox at a certain point. Once they have Series X's in all their servers, they said, hey, you don't need an Xbox. You want to play Xbox? We have Series X's here. Just pay us $30 a month and stream your library on your phone off the app in your TV, right? Considering your internet can handle it. And, for the people who don't want to do that, who don't want to pay, we have a little Series S type thing, or not at all. Again, who knows? That
makes no sense. No, I think they're just going to keep going. I mean, I can see them maybe having some sort of device that'll they can do that, but I don't know.
Consoles are going to go away for years, right?
Yeah, but I think they're just going to focus. The Game Pass is just going to elevate to higher levels.
I will say this, and this might be a stretch, and take this with a grain of salt. I'm just saying, with the way technology has been going forward, lately, I think next generation might be the last generation when it comes to console. You know,
Most likely.
I think,
Yeah,
and
a
I
lot of people have
feel
been
like,
doing that for a long time.
but I feel like in this case, it's definite. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like soon it's going to get to a point where it's going to be an app on a smart TV, and you're going to be able to play like that.
I halfway agree with you. I think I can see Microsoft bowing out of the console race before. Again, Sony, they have all their future consoles names patented already.
There's no way Microsoft is going away. They're making billions off of it right now.
But think about it. Once Game Pass gets bigger than Xbox, then Xbox is the afterthought. Well, we don't care. You're still contributing to the ecosystem, even if you don't even own an Xbox. That's what they've been saying for years, dude. Don't care if you buy the box. Just buy Game Pass on PC. Just buy it on this. Just get xCloud for your phone. Because if you have xCloud on your phone, you don't need an Xbox.
Yeah, but I mean, gaming on your phone sounds great, being able to play those kind of games on your phone, but that's going to be limiting to what your phone can do, what your phone can handle.
Well, it's based on your internet. If you have great internet, keep in mind your phone's not processing anything. Everything's being processed on a server farm hundreds of miles away from you. So it's really just depending on your internet.
Let's say that's your internet you're getting then, yeah.
Yeah, and then the same thing goes for like smart TVs. So like
you're gonna have to have them bitches hardwired.
So Chris C in the chat says streaming video games is going to be the next big break game. Again,
100%.
They've been saying that, but I think, and don't get me wrong, I definitely think Sony will. I mean, they actually started this game streaming shit. By the way, I just want to put that out there. If you want to look back at history, they weren't the best at it, but for years, anyone can back me up on this. You were able to stream your PS3 through your PSP. Yes or no?
True, yeah. The whole
remote play. I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I remember PS
remote play being around.
Yeah, I remember PS Vita was a thing too.
Yeah. I'm surprised that didn't blow up more.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. Thinking about that,
because I remember that was like the first time I actually got jealous of some PlayStation. I was like, what the fuck? Like I remember we were somewhere. My boy was getting his car worked on, playing on. He's like, yeah, I'm playing fucking. He's playing some game. He's playing like Spyro or something. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wanted a PSP so bad.
Bang, chill.
I couldn't afford one when I was a kid. But I really
I'm playing
wanted it.
Tetris on my phone. He's playing fucking legit PlayStation games. He was playing FIFA. That's what he was playing. He was playing FIFA, and it looked exactly like he was playing on the fucking on PS3.
Sleep Warrior says my eyes are already effed up. I can't start playing video games on like talking about her phone.
Yeah, you would never stop looking at that. Would shit on your eyes.
Downside, Chris he says downside is you have to be in your local network. And yeah, that's true. That was a downside for me.
Yeah, like unless you have 5G, stable 5G, it's going to be kind of hard justifying, oh, well, I'm going to play on the train.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're not playing anywhere where your internet isn't rock solid and it is subject to, flux.
Sounds like you're not going to play unless you're playing on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you got like a 5G cell phone. Most 5G phones are like well over $1,000.
Okay.
Exactly. And again, these phones are twice the price of the consoles.
Yeah.
Any other last thoughts on this? CC, you have anything?
Honestly, I think this is the future of gaming, though. Like on an all real sense, this is the breakthrough of it, which is just looking like the N64 and the Super Nintendo. But give it a couple years to refine its shit, and I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised at what this is gonna really do for that casual gamer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, because it's going to be accessible. Like if you can have the access to your television screen via just a smart TV, dude, that's fucking.
You have the Xbox app, right? People have been saying this for years.
Yeah,
Xbox app. You have a Elite controller. You're good. That's all you need. Slide Danny, you said Cap. I play COD Mobile on my internet, dude. COD Mobile is an app you download on your phone. You have assets. You have all that stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
You're using the internet to connect to a matchmake, right?
talking something completely
we're not-
separate.
We're talking completely streaming. So like how you would stream Netflix, right? Let's say it's like you're streaming Netflix. All the computations going on elsewhere, right? Your phone, your TV doesn't have any of that shit downloaded at all. It's streaming over the internet. So that's the difference between streaming and like downloading something and just playing it the hardware you got.
Nothing's downloaded on your phone when you're doing this.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're playing xCloud on your phone,
Except the player.
it's like you're streaming Netflix through your phone, except you have
Literally just the player.
Yeah, exactly. So if you were on really good internet, it would look way better than anything you could play on your phone. You know, at least for now. But yeah, so we have another competitor in the gaming arena. Finally, last one being Google. Is the gaming space being crowded? Who knows? Because how it looks on this side is Stadia and Luna looked like the same. They have pretty much the same games. They have, not the newest games. They have the big multi-plat. Big deal. Me, personally, not interested in it. Before we wrap it up, are any of you guys planning on picking any of these streaming platforms up within this generation?
Not at the moment.
No.
I mean, I already have Game Pass.
Oh yeah, so
But
you already
streaming
got it.
shit, I mean, technically I already have it, but I don't
Yeah.
plan on fucking with it
xCloud.
for now.
Yeah, you have xCloud. xCloud is in beta right now.
Yeah.
I think you do need like, I could be wrong about this. The only phone I know that is you playing xCloud is like officially is the new Samsung
No 20.
Note 20. Yeah.
Okay.
So because that's the one they released. They were sending out to YouTube. That with it's called the Razer. I always forget the name of this thing.
I'm gonna just wait for Sony to do it better.
I'm not even no. Give me my
I
box.
don't know. Sony doesn't do it soon. They're gonna miss out. They're gonna get blown back.
I'll agree with you on that.
Because then Amazon's gonna start buying developers, and then fucking Google's gonna start buying developers, and all that. They're gonna spend stupid money that PlayStation won't be able to afford. So if they don't do it within the next 2 years minimum, they're fucking you guys.
If anyone from Sony is listening to this, please,
We don't curse this much usually.
please, no, just please buy some studios. Do that for us, please, as fans. We love you, Sony.
Y'all good. Y'all don't need more
Start
studios.
your-
God of War 2. God of War 2 is gonna kill the game, and when it does, these Xbox guys gonna be
I
silent.
mean, PlayStation could do it right. Like you guys are always running your mouths about these fucking exclusives. If they did have the streaming service with those games on it, you guys would be all right. They just
I can
they
see.
have to do it soon.
Okay.
They have to do it.
They have one. They have PlayStation Now.
But like they're gonna have to start putting newer. They're gonna have to start going heavier into it.
What do you think they're gonna do next gen? You think they're not gonna start with new? This is my prediction. I'm gonna make one prediction. I think PlayStation Now, and we haven't seen this yet. They're still got more events coming up before launch.
Remember, Tokyo Game Show 2020.
Hold on. They're going to redo that service from the ground up to go against Game Pass. They have to. They have to.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. Do I think Sony is gonna go all digital like how I think Xbox will? No. You know why? Because is Nintendo gonna go all digital? I can fucking guarantee you. Sorry,
I could see Nintendo doing it.
50 years from now, Nintendo will still be coming out with consoles. 50 years from now.
Well, they got the market on the handheld at this point.
Yeah, they already have running. They're running handhelds, but I feel like, yeah, they'll stick with the handhelds. And you want a bigger screen? It'll mirror to your fucking TV. Like,
Yeah, they did a really good job.
they've got that pretty on the ball.
But but I'm gonna say I think this gen we will see something. I mean, Tokyo Game Show is coming out.
We still got a lot to see.
Yeah, and it's just a wait and see at this point. I feel like Xbox is probably gonna show something because they have a slot in that on that show. PlayStation's definitely gonna show something to counter, and it's just gonna be interesting at that point.
I think personally both have at least one big surprise. One even whether it's big or not, I think both sides have at least one more surprise before launch. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to whatever those might be. I think. See, I think the Bethesda thing was, that was definitely a big surprise, but that's more of like that's an acquisition. That was more of like on a higher level, right? I think Microsoft actually has things, maybe a game in development or something. We still don't know what the initiative has been working. So, for those who don't know, the initiative is one of Microsoft's newly formed studios, right? Which they picked a bunch of Sony people that they hired. They're working on what we thought would have been Fable. Actually, are they working on Fable?
Who?
The initiative.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, the initiative, they're supposed to be coming out. They're supposed to be Xbox's new top tier studio. Okay, so yeah, we might see something from them. We don't know.
It's veterans from Rocksteady, Ninja Theory, Gearbox, BioWare. They were the ones working on the Fable right now.
Okay,
yeah, Playground Games.
Playground Games. Same people who made
Forza.
Yeah, Forza. Okay. That's what
Okay.
I thought. I don't know why I thought any different. But yeah, so we don't know what they could announce. Possibly, we don't know if this Metal Gear Solid rumor's true. I mean, we got Silent Hill rumors. Like, who knows? So yeah, either way, we'll be looking forward to covering all these topics as they come up from now to launch. It's a really exciting time in gaming. Happy that everyone who's listening right now was able to come rock out with us. We will be doing this next week. Just to kind of, say our goodbyes. Just to start off, $, what are you playing right now? And
So I've been playing a lot of Sly 2. I'm at the last level. I'm about to fight what's the bad guy's name? Clockla? Clockla?
Yeah.
Or yeah, something like that. I'm pretty excited that I'm gonna start Sly 3, and Sly 3 is like one of my favorite games of all time. But I just wanted to do some order, so do 2 first and then get to 3, and I'm so excited for 3.
Okay. And where can they find you?
They can find me on SoundCloud.
Every week. He's consistent with it. All right. Sounds good. Cool Hand. What are you playing right now? Where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Cool Hand Cruise on Instagram and on Twitter. Hit that follow button. And right now I'm playing God of War on Gimme God of War, and I'm kind of alternating between that and Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice. Smart man.
How's that like? The first few hours of Give Me God of War is complete hell, from what I remember.
Bro, I hate it so much. Do you understand how long it took me just to kill the first troll? Like, it was insane.
Oh, yeah. Man, you're fucked. There's a few more corridors or hallways where you gotta fight a few.
Oh, I already passed the second troll.
All right, we'll talk about it after air. We gotta. All right, so actually, I'm not even last, but Trip, what are you playing right now? Where can they find you?
I'm just playing Warzone, and I just started playing Destiny 2 again because I just can't stay away from that fucking game.
Crack cocaine.
You can find me on the box at iTrip2.
All right, y'all heard it there. Dang. All right, CC, where can they find you, and what are you playing right now, my man?
Currently, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. I just really want that Tony Stark skin.
Oh shit, bro! Let me know.
Been playing a lot of Fortnite. That's pretty much it. I've been playing a little bit of Fall Guys too. Honestly, I just couldn't stay away from the craze.
I told you.
I've been
you gotta convince Nova.
Multiplayer games. You always believe that. But you can find me at Twitter at my name here, CC1. Instagram 2020 WRXSTI.
Go follow that.
Go follow me.
Follow that right now. All right, and as y'all know, it's me, Nova. Right now, playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm taking my sweet time with it. You know what I'm saying? enjoying all the greatness before next generation. And yeah, y'all can find me right here on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the damn episode. If you on here right now, if you don't like the then please like the damn episode. That's all I ask. Support the channel. Let's get me to 100 subscribers. Very modest goal. Besides that, thank y'all for tuning in. We enjoy rocking out with y'all every week. This is fun for us. You know, at the end of the day, we might have our back and forth, but at the end of the day, we're all gamers. You know, it's all fun and games. Yeah. So on that note, don't sleep. Catch y'all next week.